Hello, everyone. It is episode 55 of your favorite movie show, Box Office Banter. Did I lie? I'm sorry, but hopefully it is. We're going to talk about some news, and there isn't a whole lot of news this week, or at least maybe we're lying. We really want to jump into a Mortal Kombat non-spoiler and then spoiler review because we have just seen it.
In IMAX.
Yes, and it was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Was it a great movie though? Stay tuned. But let's jump into some news. Let's get that out of the way first, you know?
Alrighty, news. Since we just talked about Mortal Kombat, I'll get this one out the way. Joe Taslim, who I know you're a fan of and I'm a fan of.
Of course, Warrior news.
The guy from the Raid movies. He has signed on. He plays Sub-Zero in the new Mortal Kombat.
Oh, you're talking about that. There is some Warrior news too, though. That was one of the things I was thinking about.
Have you watched Warrior yet?
I still haven't because I'm a piece of shit, and I should. Such a huge, I don't know, Bruce Lee fan. But it got renewed. That's not on there.
It's not on there actually. That's exciting news.
Yeah, I think it's what's it, season 3 now?
Yeah, season 3
for season 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna binge it eventually.
So yeah, Warrior season 3. That's on HBO Max. If y'all want to.
We only do Joe Taslim news over here.
But yeah, Joe Taslim, who plays Sub-Zero in the new Mortal Kombat, has signed on to 4 more sequels for Mortal Kombat if this one is successful.
4 more.
4 more. That's 5 movies altogether.
Quick math.
Dude, it's crazy.
I'm excited
to be signed on that,
and I just can't hide it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about that. I want that to happen. I want more Mortal Kombat movies.
Cologne you use, dude.
So, yeah.
Sorry about that.
I think it's Old Spice.
What do you think about that?
Can't help myself. About his cologne?
That's
very
exciting.
Nice.
You want to smell?
No, I'm fucking stoked, dude. Beautiful. Yeah, Joe Taslim in anything is like, hell yeah.
Oh, he's a beast.
More Mortal Kombat? Yes, please. And more Joe Taslim in Mortal Kombat? Yes, please. So stoked for that. And Warrior, and something just flew off from my pen. Not sure what, but I don't know if y'all saw that on camera, but it happened.
What else? You got more news, or are we going to this Mortal Kombat?
I've got one more piece
He's
of
got
news.
one fucking thing.
One more. This is a slow week of news. There was other things that came out, but, you know.
Yeah, I had a couple things too that I was just like, you know what, I can't fucking think of them. Let's rip it. Let's go.
If you all are fans of John Wick, which I know everybody at this table is a
what
fan
I was just talking
of John
about?
Wick.
Cool. You already had it. It looks like
we are going to be getting the Continental TV series, and it's going to be on Stars. Now check it out, though. Here's the thing. We have details on it saying that it's going to take place in the 70s, and it's going to be dealing with a young Winston. So it's a complete spinoff dealing with Winston in his younger years.
I like it.
Supposedly there's like a trash strike going on or something in New York in the 70s. So like a whole, I don't know. I've read the details, like I skimmed through them, kind of rushing. Yeah. But dealing with the 70s, young Winston, and it's going to be 3 episodes long at 90 minutes apiece, which I am 100% down with.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Where is it being released?
On Stars. The only premium subscription I don't have.
Do they have a date for it, or
like a release? No, there's no date yet.
It's just okay. So
I think it said
whenever John Wick allows it.
Yeah.
Isn't Keanu Reeves tied on as like an executive producer or something?
Yeah. This comes out. Oh, it does have a date. May 27th, 2022.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like,
so we got a year. Damn. We got 1 year essentially,
which is cool. They're taking their time with it. They're really wanting to do this right. So
I'm not gonna lie. When I thought you meant like literally a month away, basically, like, I was like really hyped, but I also was like, it seems rushed. But damn it, I want it. I want it now.
Because 4 is supposed to come out next year. John Wick 4, which I can't wait for that.
2-parter right there, dude.
I can't wait.
Knock them both out.
So, yeah, you
can end up getting stars?
Yeah, I'll end up getting stars.
Give me your login, bro.
Yeah. But a little side news thing, like small, like Chris Hemsworth is added to Furiosa, the Mad Max Fury Road sequel.
Oh, okay.
If y'all haven't seen Fury Road, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's incredible.
Pretty sure everyone has here.
But yeah, the Furiosa, which is based off of Charlize Theron's character, but it's going to be a younger version. Anna Taylor Joy is playing her. But I'm excited for Furiosa.
Makes sense, since she wasn't going to sign back on. Don't do the whole.
Oh, no, it wasn't up to her.
Well, see, I thought
George Miller doesn't trust the de-aging enough to do it, is what he said.
Oh, okay.
So
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'll roll with it. I'm good with it. In Mad Max, I'm in.
We're doing trailers right now?
Or Mortal Kombat talk?
Trailers? You want to do
trailers?
Well, we only have 2 trailers to watch.
We'll end on the Mortal Kombat talk.
Yeah.
Okay,
what are the trailers?
We got 2 trailers this week to review, and one of them is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, an MCU property coming out.
Psyched for this.
Cannot wait for this movie. And then the other one is going to be The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which is The Conjuring 3.
Cool,
so, yeah.
Have you all seen any of these trailers?
Yeah. That big ass string, Josh.
Well, I'm gonna put
big goal.
I'm gonna put this in the middle of the table.
All right,
so we can all see.
Make sure the volume isn't too loud. Now that we're adding trailers into our videos.
Which one is this? Ten
Rings.
Rings.
This one is Shang-Chi.
I gave you 10 years to live your life. Now you see me rise. And where did that get you? You walked in my shadow. I trained you. The most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side. You better watch out, 'cause it's my time. That's not going to happen. It's a new era, yes, I come alive. You can't outrun who you really are.
Choreography.
There, on point. Looks like they're doing martial arts justice in this for sure, which is amazing.
Bugger.
We make a good team.
So September 3rd, 2021.
Dude,
Right
that
around the
looks
corner, dude.
dope.
Yeah,
I'm feeling that, man.
I
liked it. The choreography did look like it was on point, and that is like the biggest thing for me in martial arts, and it should be for like everybody. I mean, you need a good story, but if you can have that choreography knocked out of the park, it's few and far between, especially on like American releases. But man,
well, it looks like they're doing like almost a periodic piece too in there somewhere, where it looks like it's almost like a Mulan style.
Yeah,
and I'm curious to see how that is. Honestly, I just can't wait to see the Mandarin, the real Mandarin, since Iron Man 3 did us dirty and was like, it's not the real.
That was trash.
This is the new Conjuring.
Beautiful.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yes, this is Conjuring 3, which I'm a huge fan of the Conjuring series. I love them.
Me too.
You okay there? Jesus.
Damn.
I think I hurt someone.
This is Ed Warren, here with Lorraine. All right, let's get started.
Residents of Brookfield were shocked this afternoon by the broad daylight murder of Bruno Sauls.
The court accepts the existence of God every time a witness swears to tell the truth. I think it's about time they accept the existence of the devil.
No shit.
Whatever is going on, whatever happened that day, that was not Arnie.
It's a witch's totem. We think your family was cursed. And that connection's still open.
I'm only interested in reality.
But I can see things that your people can't. Something terrible happened here.
A master Satanist is not an adversary to be taken lightly.
She's doing it again. She's reaching out to the darkness.
Lorraine, you need to come back.
Is saving him worth everything you have? Because that's what it may very well cost me.
What?
Right?
It's my cup of tea. Jump. Ooh. See. Oh man, see, I'm gonna go see this in IMAX, and then I'm gonna drive home alone.
Dude, there's gonna be a bunch of jump scares in there.
Yeah,
Here's
dude,
the
we
thing.
might be with you, dude. I'm not. Don't get me wrong, dude. I hate on The Conjuring. I just don't think they're as great as other people say. But I do.
Right there with you.
But I do like them. I do enjoy.
I like
them.
the first one.
Second one was all right. First
love
one was
both of
really
them.
good, but I wasn't. It's that classic, like, oh man, this is since The Exorcist, finally demonic possession. I'm like, yeah, it's one of the better ones, but I'm just not a big paranormal guy. The only movie that really got me like that recently was Hereditary.
Yes, Hereditary scared the shit out of me.
That's still, yeah, that's the king to me, man. Is it time though?
All right, it's time. And before we get to reviewing this, the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes right now is 56%, and the audience score is a whopping 88%,
I like it.
which is
like
really
it a lot.
good. A lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, this is for Mortal Kombat, by the way.
I thought it was for Conjuring, the first one. Yeah, dude. And look at that picture of Raiden. So, guys, I think we're going to do what we did with Kong. Instead of making this a full-on review for this, since we
Demon
weren't
Slayer.
able to do our classic write-out scene by scene because we saw it in IMAX at the theater, we're going to just kind of give our thoughts from what we can remember from the movie we just saw, which is not always as easy as you think.
Yes, especially since we just recorded.
Yeah, we just
An
ran
episode.
through a long franchise. But I mean, I feel like, I don't know, maybe not. But I
I'm
feel like
terrible
we'll
at
be able-
recalling movies.
Yeah, I feel like we'll be able to remember this
regardless.
one pretty good. But we'll start off with just kind of review, kind of work our way around spoilers, and then we'll jump in to some spoiler talk. Out the gates, what did you guys think of this movie?
Well, for me, I don't give a shit.
Alright,
I've never played the Mortal Kombat games. The only movie I saw was on last week's review.
That's insane, dude.
But
That
I went
blows
into
my
this
mind.
one and I totally freaking loved it.
It sounds like it's time for you to pick up the games.
No, I'm not gonna never
Hey,
do
low
that.
key though, you're like, hey, I like the Mortal
Dude,
Kombat
this movie, it was fun to me.
Yeah.
I knew most of the characters by the first movie. That's the only way, and it's easy to keep up with. And it's very exciting and cool, and like the characters, a couple of them were just so badass, so funny.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed this movie, and hopefully they make a lot of money and can make a second
Make
one.
4 more of them.
Yeah, I will say that there is a certain character in this movie that I wasn't expecting to be funny. and this person is funny as shit. There's like a stretch
Stole
that just
the show, I thought.
keeps going and going. You're like, why am I laughing so hard at this person? I was not expecting comedy like this.
Me either.
But there was some good comedy, and it mainly, if not all of it, stems from this one character. This person knocked it out of the park in the role.
Yeah, great casting.
Be ready for
there.
that. Yeah, you might be blindsided by that or not. We won't tell you who, but my God, so good. I know y'all. I mean, it was pretty much everybody. Everybody was laughing in the theater.
In the whole theater, yeah.
It was classic. Good shit. So, did y'all enjoy it?
So yeah, I'm above Tyler in terms of fan of Mortal Kombat, but not to Brandon and Rodney's level. So like, I dabbled in the games. I didn't obsess with them growing up. I don't know if you remember, Brandon, but Grammy and Pops had
on the
Mortal Kombat
Nintendo.
on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
that was like my first.
That's Mortal Kombat 2.
First introduction
used to
into
wear
it.
that shit out. Also at the Barkers, they used to have Mortal Kombat 2 over there, and I used to wear that motherfucker out anytime I go over there.
But yeah, so like I knew
because I only had Mortal Kombat 1.
I knew most of the characters going in, but like I wasn't fanboying over it. I guess you would say Brandon and Rodney are. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie from start to finish. Didn't really seem like there was very many slow parts in it.
No.
Like you said, the one guy that kind of steals the show through the first half of the movie, just with the comedy, which, again, completely blindsided me. I was not expecting that at all. But, yeah, I enjoyed the movie.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of the most mixed reviews I'm ever gonna probably do. Like, it's so crazy, but it doesn't. It almost doesn't make sense. It's almost like a contradiction in itself. But I mean, I love the movie, but I've got so many problems with it.
Really?
Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. Is like I love it, but it's like my score is gonna be pretty decent. But I have so many issues at the same time that I'm just like,
you don't even care. Those are so awesome.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I honestly didn't have many problems. There is the element of there's certain characters that I would have liked a little more for, and there's also a bit of like, did they bite off more than they can chew? Like they try to throw like everybody into the fucking ring at once, to where it's like, damn, dude, like if you would have cut down and just made like a core group of like maybe 8 to 10 people, like maybe like, I mean, there'd be more, but like, you know, your 5 main characters on one side and your 5 main characters on the other, and you just really honed in on them rather than having that, but also having other characters peppered around it. Because they really did. They had more than I even expected in this movie. But, I mean, it worked. It really did. But it gets you thinking, like, man, like, and also doing that, you're kind of, like, cutting other characters short. Whereas if you would have spaced it out more and didn't throw it all into the mix at once, you could have done those characters a little more justice later on and also had more to work with later on. But I also get why they did it, because you wanted to throw everything into a hat, you know, to like, let's get this shit rolling. Let's make it as good as possible, and we'll figure out the rest later. And I got to tell you, man, like, I loved almost every second of it. Like, I was blown away by how much I loved this movie, honestly, because I thought it was going to get like a good rating, but like a barely good rating for me. And I really did. I absolutely loved it. And I'm actually curious to see like if it'll hold up as much, not in the IMAX viewing, because the IMAX viewing of it made it amazing. Because like this is like a tour de force, I think, too, on like maximizing your budget. Like everything looked like off the charts for the most part. Like certain elements of it, like the stuff that slipped in between the cracks, kind of felt a little cheap, but the effects and everything on that level felt so up to par, dude. Like I was like, man, like how much money is dumped into this right now? Because everything that I thought like, oh, baby, this character might not look that good in CG, or this scene might not look that good in CG, they pulled it off. And it wasn't like, and I harp on it all the time, I'm not big on CG, and this is what so much of this movie was. But the worlds they built, the lore, like we were just talking about Lord of the Rings, everything, it felt flawless, and I ain't talking victories for this kind of movie. I've never thought I would see Mortal Kombat brought to life in the way it was. Like, maybe certain things could have been executed around that better, but the just feel of it, what the game is, what it was, and bringing that onto the screen and not make it look like cheesy and cheap. Like, make it look like you actually put effort into this and really just painted the picture of what Mortal Kombat is, man. They did something special here, dude. You got to put your hats off to them. Give your hats off to them. I really enjoyed it,
especially for a first-time director.
Yes. And writer. Again, I've seen some people that are big fans of the game that are I wasn't a big fan of it. You see mixed reviews here and there, but you got to admire what they pulled off, because visually, I wasn't expecting it to be, I don't want to say stunning, but it looked like top of the line, big blockbuster material, and I wasn't necessarily thinking that it was going to look like that. I thought there might be a few scenes where I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this isn't the Avengers, they're not going to have that kind of budget, but damn near every special effect they did, I was just sold on. I was like, wow, that looked good. I feel like they pulled that out of the game and brought it to life with the CG, and you don't get that a lot, dude. I wasn't expecting it. It surprised me, and the movie in general surprised me. Fucking admirable job, and I definitely want more. 100%.
Yeah. What were your problems with it, Rodney?
Now this is more spoiler territory, right?
Okay, are we?
So
in that
we're going to be talking spoilers from now on.
Are we going spoilers?
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we're 22 minutes.
Okay,
in.
Spoilers, guys. Spoilers. Bring on.
So if you've not watched the movie yet, turn this off.
Yes.
Okay. So, like Brandon was saying, dude,
I'm curious.
Dude, they killed it. Simon McCoy and Greg Russo. The writer of this movie has never had any of his writing material put into a movie. First time right here. Simon McCoy has only directed commercials, and then his first theatrical film is Mortal Kombat. So yeah, kudos, tip of the hat to them.
It's cooties.
Yeah, cooties. That's what it is. Yeah,
cooties to him.
But
I would wish that on Morris than him.
There was no Mortal Kombat. There was no arena. There was no tournament. There was no it was all everywhere, and I didn't really like the placing of it all. It's okay, so we're just going to use Raiden to teleport everybody where they need to be, and then have 3 fights going on as opposed to 1 fight and focusing on. Because I was talking to a buddy of mine on the way here, and we were bringing up the point, and I was just like, it doesn't make sense, why they wouldn't put the tournament into play. They talk about the tournament, but there is no real tournament. The whole time Shang Tsung is just trying to break all the rules. I think they took, in the games, he breaks the rules, but he does it in a conniving way. He does it in a way which
even
is...
Even in the first movie, he tries to break the rules, and Raiden's got to check
But
him.
he's still doing the right thing, he's just loopholing everything. This one, dude, he just didn't give a fuck. He's just
Sonya.
ready to kill everybody in this one. I didn't really like that much.
Yeah.
Some of the costumes. Like Liu Kang... dude, until he, and this is, whatever, but until he took his shirt off, dude, it was you're going to have this teeny tiny little guy play Liu Kang, but then, of course, when he goes to fight the first time and you see him, and it's so this dude's ripped, jacked.
He's not big, but he's really,
defined.
really cut.
Yes, he's deceiving, cut. Especially when he's wearing the whole monk outfit. It's okay.
Yeah, he's cut up. Which I knew that because that was something that I'd seen on the internet. Everybody was like, Robin Shao, is so much bigger. I'm like, well, look at this dude. He's not as big.
He was way more cut, though.
He's cut up like way a motherfucker.
And then another big one was underutilizing the characters. And then why... Okay, so at first, I don't even know why I'm worried about this one, but at first I asked myself, why bring in Reiko and Natara? That makes no sense.
I don't get that.
To bring back us. But by the end of the movie, what I figured was it's okay to have them two in there because those are the two. One which got the best fatality in the movie, which was Natara by Kung Lao.
Even Reiko though, dude, the Jax fatality on him, I absolutely love where he smashed his head in.
Yeah, both those fatalities looked really good. But the thing was, at the end of it, I was like, okay, it makes sense because you have no like real ties to these two characters. Like these two characters were basically one-off characters in the games anyway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were only in Armageddon.
Yeah.
So, you know, these are two one-off characters anyway. So at the end of the movie, I was like, that makes a little bit more sense. But it's like still underutilized Melina.
Yeah.
What they did, like, what she had, like 4 minutes of screen time, maybe, and then she got.
I feel like she was in it more. Than
she might have been a little bit more than that, but
yeah, she was like maybe
fighting wise, her style didn't make. It wasn't really with the Mortal Kombat like the video game style, which I know this doesn't need to be picture perfect from the game, but what I was expecting, I just got my thumb stuck in here.
Are you serious?
Such a Rodney move mid podcast.
I just got my thumb stuck at the table.
I couldn't get it.
Yeah. But I know. I mean, I love some of the shit they did, and then they like stretched her face, like she ripped it.
That was incredible when they
cool.
finally brought the Takardin, I think is how you say it, in her where it rips her cheeks open.
Why are you fucking
Tarkadin or Tarkat?
Yeah.
It's Tarkadin or something.
Yeah, Baraka shit.
But the fighting, the cinematography in this was fantastic. And up close and personal is what I loved the most. Is each fight was up close and personal.
Yeah,
it felt like you were kind of there. Especially, we went to IMAX, saw it in the front row seats behind the handicap chairs, so we were like right there.
Yeah,
and I loved it in that aspect. Like the fighting was good. Kano, I'll let y'all take that one, dude. He
killed it.
Blew my mind.
He's the one that stole the show.
Yes, 100% stole the show.
Funny as fuck.
Great casting.
I couldn't
there.
believe how
Perfect
funny
casting.
he was.
Yeah, when Liu Kang went to trip him though, it might have cracked me up the most, dude. He went to trip him.
Doing
he's
the
like,
same move.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, you got to do it again." I just wasn't ready. You're doing the same shit, and then he like goes to do it again. He jumps one time, and then Liu Kang trips him on his way down. He's like, "Oh fuck!"
shit.
He's like, "Well, fuck."
I love how he called everybody a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
and he has that
just talked
Aussie
shit.
accent. So.
Yeah, that was perfection.
Yeah.
But kind of like you were saying with Reiko and fucking Natara, dude. Like them two, like being in there, I kind of like that they were in there because it kind of goes back to what I was saying when I was talking the non-spoilers, is like they kind of brought everybody out. If it would have been two more main characters, it would have been like, Jesus Christ, every main character's in this. It was good to kind of have like a couple, and maybe even some deep dives. Like, oh my God, Reiko's in this movie. That's my favorite character for that random. Yeah, but there is that, like, I don't know why I was always good with them. It's just kind of cool seeing him in the movie. It works on that aspect, and it works on the aspect of not showing your full hand right away. And I feel like they did maybe do a little too much of that, although it is understandable. Like, we got Reptile in this movie. I prefer
shaking your head,
I prefer the
Rodney.
ninja version of Reptile, and I like
100%.
And I like Reptile's scene. Don't get me wrong, it was good, but at the same time, it's kind of like, all right, if we're gonna continue this thing, Reptile just showed up, didn't know shit about him. There's no, shit about him from the games, but there's no like lore in the movie. He shows up like, oh shit, it's Reptile. And then it's like, oh shit, Reptile's dead. Cool scene. It's like, but now Reptile's dead. Like,
yeah,
now
but
you can bring
nobody
him
in
back.
the Mortal Kombat universe.
Yeah, you can bring him back and all that bullshit, but I personally don't like that movie.
I hope if they do bring him back, it's in ninja form.
I'd like some finality there. But it's still, like, if that is the end of Reptile, it's like, oh, hey, Reptile's in it. Oh, that was a cool fight scene. He's dead. Like, I'd like a little more than that. You know what I mean? For, like, such valuable, great characters. And then to top that off, the big thing for me, my favorite character is Kung Lao. And I have a love-hate relationship with this. Like, I normally love, like, the person, even if it's my favorite character, I'm like, for the sake of the movie, being surprising, somebody had to go. Kung Lao maybe even made the most sense. But this shit hurt me, man. And the reason it hurt me is because he's such a huge part of Mortal Kombat. And for him to not be in even in Annihilation, even though he's too good for Annihilation, even in Annihilation's horrible ass, like, for you to just mention him twice in the first movie. He just gets 2 mentions.
Yeah.
And then the second movie, I can't remember if he gets mentioned or not, but isn't in it at all. And then you finally have him in the movie, and then you murder him. It's just like, damn, son. It'd be different if he was in like the first 2. Offs that sneak in here when Rodney goes outside. Probably have a field day.